David Johnston.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. Whenever we receive the petition data, I do what I'm sure we all do, which is look at where our constituency ranks on the number of signatures. And for the first time in my 3 years as an MP, unless I've missed one, my Wantage and Didcot constituency was number one for one of these petitions. And I think that reflects the problem going on in Oxfordshire County Council at the moment, where I receive almost daily complaints from either parents or schools about emails not being answered, the phone not being picked up, EHCPs that are returned with the wrong child being described on the EHCP. And while the County Council would suggest that that's all just about funding, some of those issues are not about funding. If you put the wrong child on an EHCP when you return it to a parent, that is not about funding. And actually, if the amount of money that's being spent on tribunals by the County Council was spent on the service, we would have a better service overall. As it happens, there is more money going into the system, an extra 2.6 billion. That will mean it's 50% higher spending in 23-24 than it was in 2019-20. But the issues aren't just about funding. Now, in any organisation, there's always a debate about specialist v generalist, and whether you should have one person who is responsible for everything, the advantage of which is expert knowledge, or whether everybody should have responsibility for it so that they don't shirk that responsibility. And I think that that's true in this area too. So I think it's right that the government is reviewing the mandatory requirement for the National Award for SENCOs, because clearly parents don't feel that's working quite in the way it should. I warmly welcome the apprenticeship pathway for those with sensory impairments that's forthcoming as well. But it's also right to look at initial teacher training, because of course there is in initial teacher training an expectation that all teachers should have some understanding and be able to handle children with special educational needs. But again, it's absolutely clear that many parents don't feel that is the case. And of course, while there are children that need specialist schools and other specialist provision, we know that where children can stay in mainstream education, it leads to better outcomes for them. They have better social skills, they have more independence, they have fewer behaviour problems. And it also improves the tolerance and understanding of other children if they have children with special educational needs in their classroom, which is so important. So I think the government's absolutely right to be pursuing both these tracks. We're fortunate to have in the Minister a great advocate for children with SEND and for their parents, and who is working with health to try and grip these specialist workforce issues, but also help all teachers feel more confident about dealing with children who have special educational needs, not making the first refuge to try and push them somewhere else. And I look forward to working with her to achieve the government's aim of getting the right support in the right place at the right time.